So this is something that's important right here too as well. Bernie, what did he do?
So Bernie responded to Hillary Clinton. As you all know, Hillary Clinton basically smeared Bernie on air.
Howard Stern.
Yes, when she was being interviewed by Howard Stern. And she said on December 4th that she talked about how Bernie Sanders took too long to endorse her in 2016. He hurt me. There's no doubt about it. And I hope he doesn't do it again to whoever gets the nomination. Once is enough. Okay, so she said that. And here's a video, Johnny, if we can just play it. And as a reminder.
Howard Stern is totally canceled by me, by the way, too, as well. In other words, you would have been so good. Shut up, Howard, with your freaking hair.
I went to the inauguration of Donald Trump, which was one of the hardest days of my life, to be honest.
Call it Hillary Clinton unplugged. Sort of.
Bill was the first guy you loved.
No, there was somebody before him.
For 2.5 hours, the former Democratic presidential candidate talked about her personal life and politics with Sirius XM's Howard Stern.
I don't know if I was too nice, but I was certainly, very careful. And the reason is, look, I grew up at a time when if you were going to get through a door as a woman, you did not react to anything.
Among the highlights, how Clinton felt about President Trump's victory and inauguration.
I mean, obviously, I was crushed, I was disappointed, and I was really surprised because I couldn't figure out what had happened.
And you hadn't even written a losing speech when you lost that night. You had only had victory in mind.
No, and everything was pointed in that direction. You put on the best face possible, and Bill and I are sitting with George and Laura Bush. And then he started on that speech, which was so bizarre. And that's when I got really worried. And then that carnage in the street and the dark dystopian vision. I was sitting there like just, wow, couldn't believe it. And George W. Bush says to me, well, that was some weird shit.
Wow.
Clinton also took aim at Republican leaders such as South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, a man she once worked with across the aisle when she was a New York senator.
Lindsey was good company. He was funny. He was self-deprecating. He also believed in climate change back in those days.
Really?
And yes.
He would say, I'm concerned about the future for my children.
Well, he doesn't have any children, but he was concerned about the future. Yeah, absolutely. And so I saw him as somebody who, had been working to try to figure out what he believed and how he could do things.
Has he sold his soul to the devil?
I don't know the answer to that. I think that's a fair question, however. And what I don't understand is how he went from being the friend and the real confidant of the maverick, John McCain, who, I didn't agree with politically, but I found him to be a man of integrity, a man of, real strength of conviction. Now, I don't know what's happened to Lindsey Graham. I'll be honest with you. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He wrote, how Time Magazine has like the top 100 people and all that. One year, I don't know, back in a couple of years ago when I was in it, he wrote the tribute to me. Then now it's like he
characteristically candid regarding whispers about her personal life.
Well, contrary to what you may hear, I actually like men.
Oh, right, yeah. That's the other thing.
That's the other thing.
Women friends. Raise your right hand. Yeah. You've never had a lesbian affair. Never
even been tempted. Thank
Unbelievable.
You very much.
There were no questions during the sit-down about former White House intern and love before Bill Clinton tried to press Clinton on the field of 2020 candidates. She pledged to support whoever the Democratic nominee might be, though she did have a few choice words for Bernie Sanders.
Do we hate Bernie Sanders?
No, I don't hate anybody.
Bernie could have endorsed you quicker.
He could have. He hurt me. There's no doubt about it. He hurt me. But going back to the indictments, because that's what's really important.
Have you ever spoken to Bernie about that?
No.
You don't talk to him?
I don't talk to him. I mean, we did when he finally endorsed me and all that.
But you're upset with him?
No, disappointed. Okay. So, and I hope he doesn't do it again to whoever gets the nomination.
Right.
Once is enough.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't alert the sheep what's going on, fam. I hope he doesn't do it again. Wake people up.
I just want to go over the way she was. If you guys notice her behavior, very arrogant. Like, I don't understand what happened. How did Donald Trump win? She obviously she knows what happened. She knows what she didn't do. She knows she didn't go to the stage. She knows she didn't campaign. She is the definition of like a psychopath. Yeah. I mean, this woman, the arrogance, the narcissism, like, oh, Bill wasn't the first one. Like, it's like, it's just disgusting when you watch her. It's so hard to watch her because you're like, this is a real person that's like that. I'm like, I don't think I've met very many people like that. It's disturbing. And then, of course, when she gets to Bernie, I mean, it's just like the audacity. Oh, he hurt me. I'm disappointed. Oh, he waited so long to endorse me. First of all, the fact that he endorsed you, like, is to me was awful. Awful. Imagine if he hadn't endorsed her. A lot of us were like, Bernie, how can you do that? Well, he said I would endorse the nominee.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't have voted for her, and I did.
We were all fighting. The reason he didn't is because there was obvious election rigging. There were obvious issues in multiple states that he was still trying to pursue because his supporters were like, what the hell? Like, this has been our experience. This happened. So obviously he wasn't going to do that right away. And also, let's be real. California hadn't even voted. California hadn't even voted when they had pretty much called the election for Hillary.
Yeah.
California, the state with the most delegates, and the state where we had
it's terrible
giant issues with the ballot process and the voting process.
I like her whole, I was hanging out with another warmonger, George Bush, and, we like, what the hell was that? I'm like, who are you freaking kidding, you psychopath? She's like, me and McCain didn't agree on much. Yeah, you agreed on war.
But he had integrity.
Yeah, you agreed on Ukraine.
You agreed on killing a lot of people.
Please, who cares?
She's disgusting.
She is, and once again, how can we miss you if you don't go away? And I'm just telling y'all right now, I pay attention to the Epstein section when we come back for and stuff. We're going to talk about a little bit of Hillary.
Oh, yeah. She's deep involved. So
Bernie had a response, right?
Yeah. I'm so glad Bernie had a response. And this is from CNN. On Sunday, Bernie Sanders denied an accusation made by Hillary Clinton that she did this last week, that she delayed his endorsement and that it hurt her candidacy. He said, I'm sorry that Hillary Clinton is rerunning 2016. And he did this during an interview with Iowa Press. I could take out a letter from Hillary Clinton, the letter we've shown multiple times here, saying, thank you, Bernie, for working so hard to try to make me the president of the United States. And not only is there a letter, there's a list of events he attended where he endorsed her because we, as his supporters, were like disgusted and wanted to throw up every time we saw him campaigning with her. It was disgusting. After we got cheated, it was disgusting. Yeah. Seeing him promoting her.
Yeah, it was pretty bad when you see the Georgia Bolger. I think it was Georgia Bolger, I think her name was. We got a clean house was her famous saying. It's the first time that Bernie Sanders at the convention said we had to get behind Hillary Clinton. And people were booing him. And he was going, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And she came, I don't give a fuck about Trump. Well, I care about Hillary Clinton. What is he? You know what I'm saying? People were livid. And even myself, I had a hard decision to make. And really, to tell you the truth, I was moving back to California, had my mail-in ballot, and it was because Bernie Sanders got behind Hillary. I said, okay, you know what?
But you voted in Florida.
I voted in Florida because it was a swing state. It was like I was pressured by a lot of people who said if I didn't vote for Hillary, it was very misogynistic. Once again, it was the vote shaming, the threatening. Yeah. It was like you if you don't vote for Hillary, you're voting for Trump kind of thing. And I did it. It was that's why I can't wait to vote in the next presidential election, fam. I want to get that stench, that Hillary Clinton stench, because I was pressured and I voted. I never wanted to vote for Hillary Clinton ever.
I'm so glad I voted for Stein.
Sanders.
And we still get
California, right?
Yeah, but we still get crap. Because of that.
I'll never do it
again.
Still get crap. Never do it again.
Exactly.
If I was in Florida, I would not do this again. I would not, no way, shape, or form, would I even consider voting for a neoliberal to vote for. I'm not going to fucking throw away my vote ever again.